As you can see, it's about 5:30 in the morning, well, 20 to 6. I've been awake for about an hour or so. I've already had a coffee. I'm sorry if you can hear a whirring in the background or a hum, but I've got my projector on. I think, well, you can see that in the mirror there. I just wanted to say really that you'll have seen the footage of Dad, yes, well, this is the next day, this is Saturday, and he had his first bout of chemotherapy yesterday. And considering the reports I've been getting from Jeanette, considering what he was like last weekend in terms of him not feeling very well at all and having these new pain developments, considering he just had chemotherapy yesterday, he didn't seem too bad. You know, he was, as you'll have seen, he looks quite chipper. I think it went better than he anticipated in terms of, you know, how the whole hospital kind of procedure went. And so I think that made him feel a bit better. And I think it's one of those things about getting the first one out of the way so you know what to expect, and then it gets easier because you know what to expect. And so I don't think he's going to be quite as perturbed by the idea of having chemo as he has been. However, as quite a few people who've had chemo have told me, the first one or two, the side effects can be very nominal, and he starts daily chemotherapy medication, cytotoxic medication. I think I'll have managed to capture that on the camera, the box for that. So he starts that, and I don't know whether there'll be any side effects to that. But hopefully the side effects will be, for all of it, will be relatively nominal. Time will tell. Spoke to Dad this morning, and Jeanette, I don't know whether I've mentioned, but she's been diagnosed with shingles. It's all going on at the moment. Anyway, the point was, yeah, I spoke to Dad, and he was in really good fettle. His skin pallor looked really good, his mood was really good, and he said that the pain that he'd been experiencing had diminished considerably. He still knew it was there, still knew all the lumps and stuff were there, but the tumours, that is, really, but the pain that they were causing had diminished, which is a good thing. You know, it means that the new sort of like pain relief meds that he's been taking, the new morphine dose in capsule form, morning and evening, it's working, and you know, hopefully it'll just help him feel better. There's been so far no side effects to his first chemo session, so a bit more of a good news day today in that respect. So fingers crossed it goes on for a good bit longer. As you can see, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and I fell asleep about somewhere around 11 o'clock. But then about an hour ago, I had a panic attack in my sleep, and that's rare. In fact, I've never had one of those. I've had panic attacks as I'm drifting off to sleep, but I've never had one in my sleep and been woken up by it. And it was the usual thing, my brain whirring on trying to fathom the infiniteness of not being alive, trying to work out what death, this is, I love this one, what death is going to feel like. Yeah, the brain's a strange thing. So I'm just watching some camping videos in Scotland, some wild camping videos in Scotland. I find them quite relaxing, mostly because the scenery, I love Scotland, I love the scenery, and I've been to a lot of these places. It's just kind of nice to see them again. But this particular guy, Scottish wanderer, he goes to so many different places that I've never, well, Scotland's a big place, and yeah, it covers a lot of ground that I've never covered, so it is quite nice to see new aspects of the country. So I know I'll drift off to sleep at some point during this. I just hope, I just don't want it to wake me up again. It's a bit like, you know, when you wake up from a nightmare, that kind of thing. It's not pleasant. It's not pleasant. I don't know if it's because of that panic attack that I had while I was asleep last night. I did manage to get back to sleep. It was late or early, depending on your perspective. But I'm feeling really sad today. I heard from somebody I didn't expect to hear from yesterday, an ex-girlfriend, and that brought up a load of memories. She was just saying that just some nice thoughts about what was going on with my dad and so on. But yeah, I'm just about to head out to work. I don't feel overly emotional, just sad. Anyway, I better go to work. Just had some messages from Jeanette to say that Dad's not good again this morning. The pains increased in multiple areas on his body. They're waiting. She's phoned Castle Hill for an assessment. He might need to go in and be assessed. Apparently, I think the nurse had said that it might be a reaction to the chemotherapy rather than the cancer itself. So just waiting to find out what's going on there. This whole thing is just such a roller coaster. One day he's seems to be doing okay and he's chipper and full of beans and stuff like that. Next minute he's getting torn apart again, and